Ooh. Hello. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if I'm in here. I'm early as usual. Let me see. Early as usual. Let me see. Early as usual. See? And we are echoing all through the room. Okay. So, here we are. 18th of January. I almost said 1991. 18th of January, 2025. Today we celebrate Winnie the Pooh. It's National Winnie the Pooh Day. So I've got, everything I talk about pretty well. I've got a link down below. So I've got a whole tribute to Winnie the Pooh at my website there that you can go to. Let's take a look at it. Now, what does it say? National Winnie the Pooh Day on January 18th is your time to return to the 100-acre wood. So we've got a bunch of resources here, a nice collection. We've got, Ambassador of Friendship. On August 5th, 1997, Mrs. Nain Annan, wife of the United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan, designated Winnie the Pooh as the Ambassador of Friendship on International Day of Friendship. Well, there you go. Oh, I've got a typo I see in the next thing, but that's okay. Instagram has also got a hashtag Pooh link, and you can click on the Instagram link and see all the visuals of Winnie the Pooh there. Project Gutenberg. You can download and read the ebook. Or you can learn about the real-life Canadian story about Pooh's Canadian connection. I think maybe Winnipeg would make sense here. Winnie the Pooh, Winnipeg. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, and then, of course, Wikipedia, because that's the encyclopedia to everything. And how many times can I found another typo. I seem to get the I in my Winnie every now and then. Much proofreading to do. Anyways, Wikipedia got a great resource there too. And Disney's got a Winnie the Pooh page for all the little ones. Winnie the Pooh Park. Did you know the real Winnie the Pooh was a black bear? Was originally from, here we go, the northern town of White River, Ontario. And there's a park there named after him, apparently. Well, there you go. We've got a nice newer compilation of Disney videos here for kids to watch, for the youngsters to watch. A compilation, Winnie the Pooh, the very young. And of course, as all of our resources, we have some books available. We have the complete, to purchase at Amazon. To purchase at Amazon, gifts and books. So we've got a spotlight a few of my favorites. So they include The Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh, 5-minute Winnie the Pooh stories, Winnie the Pooh, the original, timeless, and definitive version of the Pooh story, created by A.A. Milne and E.H. Shepard, and finally, the Winnie the Pooh Classic Gift Edition. My gifts that I offer include a 100-acre wood map framed for your wall decor, vintage Winnie the Pooh wall art, silver buffalo Disney Winnie the Pooh, but first honey piglet ceramic camper mug, or a silver buffalo Winnie the Pooh piglet tigger honey 4-piece tumbler glass set. If you're into collectibles, I see. And the kid preferred Disney Baby Classic Winnie the Pooh and Friends 4-piece plush collector set. And we have another video here, and it's this $1 million Winnie the Pooh collection, a private collection, the largest in the world of a private collector. And then we've got some more things to celebrate later on in the year: Mother Goose Day, Walt Disney Day, Superman Day, Alice in Wonderland, and Donald Duck Day. We have a lot of other holidays too. They're under the, if you go to the front page, there's a site map. You can get them all in category. Then we've got another video, the story behind the masterpiece, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, how it came to be. And that's everything for Winnie the Pooh. We're also taking a look at Michigan today. It's National Michigan Day. And if you're from Michigan, I hope you're celebrating. I've never actually been to Michigan myself. I mean, close. I used to live in Ontario, but haven't been there. Let's see on the Michigan page. We've got arts and culture, family history, Michigan cities and regions, Michigan History Center, Michigan travel, Pure Michigan, which is the official Michigan tourism site, State Facts and Symbols, Michigan according to Wikipedia, and the NOAA weather radio, which I'm sure you could use right about now. I think there's quite a few storms out there in the east right now. I know there is in Manitoba, and I know there is in Pennsylvania. And considering Michigan is in between the two, I would suppose that there's some weather there too. Got a video about the least known facts about Michigan and our books available to purchase from Amazon, including Michigan Bucket List Adventure Guide. Explore 100 offbeat destinations you must visit. Lost in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Amazing and historic locations from the bridge to Keweenaw. And it happened in Michigan. Stories of events and people that shaped the Great Lakes state history. And then there's the Great Book of Michigan, the crazy history of Michigan, with amazing random facts and trivia. I have a friend that lives in Michigan that I used to work with at About.com. She wrote for kids' TV and movies. I bet you she'd love that book. Especially, I know she'd like the Resources for Family History, because she was also the genealogy guide at About.com. Peggy. Okay, now we have another video. Welcome to Pure Michigan. I guess it's a nice travel and nature video. We're also celebrating on the Michigan page. Goes off to Shopper Travel Day, National Lighthouse Day, Independence Day, USA, National Country Music Day, National Photography Day. Because there's probably other things you're interested in as well as Michigan, and hopefully that will help you on your way. We've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, well, maybe 20 Michigan radio stations that you can choose from to listen to. I love listening to radio stations from different places. You can learn a lot about a place from the news, the music, the talk that you provide. And GeoGuessers, yes, we do have a Where Are You in Michigan GeoGuessr challenge. One more video, Michigan State Profile to watch on page or on YouTube. And that's it for Michigan. So those are the days that we're celebrating today. Good afternoon, Isla. I see you there. I'm sort of got a lot done today, and this seemed the right time to finally pop in where I could relax a little bit. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe I'll talk about the Wicca books, the Wicca Book of Days, before I can find it. Here it is. Before we move on to our talk stories. Now, January 18th, according to the Wicca Book of Days, which is this, and I have a link down below if anybody wants to purchase it at Amazon. And it says, Sunny Surya. In parts of India, Surya, the Vedic, I think that's how you pronounce it, Vedic, and Hindu god of the solar disk is honored around now in the hope of boosting his growing strength following the winter solstice, so that this year's harvest will be plentiful. I'm sure there's a lot of cultures that are probably celebrating or taking action in the same sort of way right now. Looking forward to the spring. According to the Vedic myth, the copper-skinned Surya drove a chariot pulled by 7 mares, signifying the 7 days of the week, across the sky each day. And in Hinduism, one of the sun god's symbols is a swastika, whose name means well-being, which represents good fortune and plenty, as well as the sun's radiant and masculine dynamism when its arms or rays appear to be spinning in a clockwise direction. So yeah, I know some people have made comments about the swastika in India, and it has a totally different meaning there. It's just one of those situations where something is taken and into another culture, and for some reason, some people will think it should follow through all cultures. But in Hinduism, and that it's a good fortune sign. And also it says, but okay, unyielding Uriel. For today, for angelic protection, invoke the aid of Uriel, who shares his element with the zodiac sign Capricorn. Like Earth, Uriel is associated with the north, so turn to face the cardinal direction as you clutch a handful of earth in your hand and call upon the Archangel to shield you from harm. I think he was also an archangel of safety and protection, wasn't he? Anyways, I've got a link down below, and if you want to know more, and I'm sure I need to know more, you can learn right there. So, okay, what else have I been doing today? It's been a busy day. I mean, I start my day at 3, so yeah, by now I've got wrong one. I have to write notes to myself so I remember what I do from day to day. Okay, today, GeoGuessr today, day 62 of my 365-day challenge to get that badge. I didn't do too bad. I got 16,255 out of possible 25,000. I did really good on all of them until the very end. I guess Kenya, place in Kenya, it was in Senegal, and that just brought me. Otherwise, I would have really rated quite high. I would definitely almost gold. Oh well, but I did play. I think 6 tournament games. I got to pay 14 still before 4 o'clock tomorrow. I won my first, and I didn't even think. This guy was like a very high scorer, a very high player, definitely out of my league, and I held on there. I was hanging on for about just a couple hundred points from the 7th round on, and in the end, I can't even remember how I won it. I can't even remember which country I wanted, but I took it in the end, and I think it surprised both of us. So that was good. That made me feel quite good. Let's see, Google. I did my Google inserts. This morning I'm looking forward. I look forward and I check all my links and that. And radio stations always take a lot longer, but so today I was looking forward. I don't know, about a week or so to Romania. I'm listening to Romanian radio stations, which, by the way, it doesn't bother me. Romania's really got it together when it comes to their radio stations and their music. I'm telling you, the best. I mean, I probably was the only person listening to Romanian dance music in Nanaimo at 4 o'clock in the morning, but it sure got me going. There's a lot of good dance music. We've got some traditional folk music. You've got of course, your sort of pop, mainstream pop music and that, but they really have a lot of good dance music. Even the rap, the rap station was sort of heavy dubstep with rap, and I was enjoying that. So this morning I listened to that for maybe an hour or two before Cooper's townhouse in Liverpool came online. I've been sort of watching them. They had an a young Elvis impersonator, and he was pretty good this morning, a special guest. So I watched that for a while, until about maybe 2 hours ago, and then I sort of got down and getting things all tied up. What I was doing is my organization day, which I'm now on day. What day am I on? 15. I did books and media, so I'm going to take a look and my shops. I have a whole bunch of shops on my website, and they be neglected because I always think, well, I don't have much traffic yet. Let's get the content done. They always get sort of pushed aside. And last May, I had a major problem. My server just crashed and everything else. So all my pages, all 600 and something of them were messed up. So I do the content first, but I just sort of left these stores. So they're a bit of a mess. So I think they're going to be the focus of my organization for the next month. I don't know. No, it won't be that long. A couple of weeks. I'll have to break it up with organizing other things because I can't just stick on that. But I've got stores that well, first of all, everything's formatted wrong, but I've got stores that I don't even have affiliate programs with anymore. So they were dead links. I have stores that I have partnerships with that I haven't put on. So yeah, it is interesting. I like going around and seeing. I would shop with myself. If I had money, I would definitely be shopping with myself. I got some darn good stores. So we did books and media. Let me take a look and see what books and media we have at stores. If you want to buy any books and media at any time in the future, consider my store. Let me find it. All my stores can be found through there's a link on every page. It says shop with me, and then it's by category. Yesterday we did arts and crafts. Today we'll do books. It's books and music. So first of all, we got Albrice. I've actually ordered a book from this bookstore. They have rare books. Wanted to get a book on Nina Loy. I have one of her paintings. I want to learn more, and I looked everywhere, so I probably got a book there, but it disappeared with my son somewhere because he was really interested in her. I never read it. I'll probably never get it again. Anyways, Albrice Books, Music, and Movies is the premier marketplace for books, music, and movies. They have been in the business since 1998 and have connected millions of buyers with thousands of independent sellers from across the world. Shopping at Albrice, I can't pronounce this, means that you are directly supporting local independent sellers. They also offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee, simple and affordable shipping, and the largest selection of books in the world. And next up is all posters, which if I had $1,000,000, my walls would be totally plastered with posters. I tell you, they've got so many posters I want. Allposters.com is the go-to destination to shop for wall art and other fun visual products that express personal interests, lifelong passions, and of the moment obsessions. I have a lot of those. With a selection of over 3 million images, all posters have something for every budget and decorating style. I've been I want to get a really good world map. The maps are my thing, and GeoGuessr is my thing too. But I think probably, though, I know the world map good enough now. I don't really need one, but I've been shopping for one of those for a while. There's a few at all posters that I've liked. Next, American Bookworm. Welcome to American Bookworm, your premier destination for affordable brand new books online. They are a team of dedicated book enthusiasts passionate about providing avid readers of all ages and educators with a vast selection of books for young people. And next is Bookimon, which makes it possible for anybody to make their own bookstore. Bookstore quality books online quickly and easily for free. These custom created 100% personalized books for kids are perfect for preserving memories, photos, drawings, children books, and stories to share with family, friends, and future generations. Oh, that's nice. I'm sure children would love to see a book illustrated with their own pictures. For example, now we have Glary, which is the home of a wide selection of affordable, high-quality musical instruments and a great place to help aspiring beginners and music lovers realize their musical dreams. At Glary, whether you're a child, teenager, or young or senior, you don't have to worry about the price at all. You can get high-quality products at an impossibly low price. Boy, this is large. And then we have homeschool editions of the videos to learn piano, painting, guitar. In a world of cheap, overhyped, learn these overnight instructional videos. That's what I was thinking. Legacy Learning Systems. Here we go. It was founded to produce truly comprehensive multimedia training courses for those who want serious instruction. In the comfort of their own homes, they believe that learning should be fun, unintimidating, and systematic, with each new skill building on the previous one. They have quite a few topics. They even have sign language, ballroom dancing, of course, guitar, piano. Anyways, the link is in the book and music store if you want to learn more. Melody Music for filmmakers. If you're an online creator, Melody was founded by a family of composers, musicians, and sound designers, all with a deep understanding of the essential role music plays in storytelling. The plan was to create simple, intuitive music licensing platform that both delighted the world's content creators while supporting those creating the music. They took a complex, restrictive music licensing model and made it simple, providing content creators with easy access to great music and increased opportunities and revenue for artists. That's Melody Music for filmmakers. Humbum Agenda. Now I need one of these. They're all kinds of day planners and agendas. Beauty meets function, and these day planners designed to bring peace and order to your busy life. So many times I thought, like I say, I would shop at my stores all the time. But unfortunately, I'm not making enough revenue to shop anywhere at the moment. But that's where I would shop, from the comfort of my own home. Next is Music Today's Superstore offers merchandise from hundreds of artists and vinyl. Vinyl collectors, the Music Today's Superstore has a huge selection of vinyls from numerous different artists, including Elvis, Fish, Kane Brown, Greg Allman, Primus, Jerry Garcia Band, and many more. I even get box sets and deluxe limited edition vinyls, such as David Gilmour live at Pompeii. With a wide variety of artists, you are sure to find the perfect vinyl to add to your collection. I know they have other things. I think they have clothing and fashion and stuff too, not just vinyl records. And we got sheet music at Music Notes. Music Notes has been transforming the way people purchase and play music, or sheet music, since 1998. Over the last 2 decades, they have become the world's leading digital sheet music retailer, providing an unparalleled catalog of content for every instrument and skill level. And Photo Book America and Canada. And they do deliver all over the world by this company. It's not just America and Canada. So Photo Book America and Canada specialize in producing high quality photo books and a range of other personalized photo products. Customers can easily turn their digital memories into tangible keepsakes using their own designs through the intuitive designer software. Ranch Guitar, we're almost done, folks. Ranch Guitar was established in 1993 as a guitar parts manufacturer. Ranch Guitar has since grown into a business that provides musicians, do-it-yourself builders, and wholesale dealers with high-quality gear that won't hurt their wallet. Ranch aims to create new experiences in music and performance, which is full of energy and innovation, dedicated in researching, manufacturing, and marketing musical instruments, especially the guitar and ukulele. And we got the Self Counsel Press in Canada. In Canada, we've got the typo to fix there. Self Counsel Press is the premier source of do-it-yourself law and small business books. If you're here in Canada, you probably recognize them. That they're most bookstores, and they have books about everything you need to know about your business or yourself, or check it out. Anyways, I've got three books here that are examples. Immigrate to Canada. Faster, cheaper, better, starting and operating a business of the trades, and your right to know how to use the law to get government secrets. There you go. The books and forms kits are designed to help you. Yeah, I think I already read that. Okay. And finally, we have the number 1 guitar learning app and the number 1 piano learning app. Simply Guitar and Simply Piano. Learn how to play the guitar in no time with fun and easy courses, tutorials, and songs, or learn how to play the piano in no time. And, wait a minute, one more. We have textbook.com. Shop from the most used textbooks on the planet. With more than 10 million used textbooks, textbook.com carries the most new and used textbooks, including e-textbooks. When you are done, sell them back again. And then, of course, I've got some links to related stories, and that is my book and music store, which was basically what I was working on all morning. And I'm on the breath now. Okay. I think we're at the part when I can start talking about Kohala, my honeymoon again. Let's see. Put those notes over there. Let's get the old the old honeymoon scrapbook. You know, the old-fashioned scrapbook. Here we go. There we go. Actually, let's see. There's a Parker Ranch, and there's a map, the Kohala coast. So this happened 34 years ago. I was on my honeymoon. I'm still married 34 years. That's a miracle. Most people don't stay married that many years, but I did. So it's possible if you work together. And I think we've gone through a lot of things. This is the whole thing. Is working together is the secret of a long and happy marriage. Okay, so on Friday, January 18th, 1991, we began the day by driving the upper highway through Paniolo country to Waimea. Paniolo country is cowboy country. Hawaii has its own. Not only they have their own cowboys, they've got their own cowboy music and culture. Paniolo, if you're a male. Paniola, if you're a girl. We drove up through the Parker Ranch. The Parker Ranch at the time was the largest, I think, privately owned ranch in the United States. It might still be, actually. Um, oh, it was just beautiful. You actually would think you were somewhere like in Wyoming or someplace driving through the gentle hills and all the horses and um, cows, cowboys. We actually went to this is not really, this is years later, when we were living in Hawaii. 1997, July 4th, went to July 4th rodeo at the Parker Ranch, and it was pretty good. It was a real cowboy and cowgirl rodeo. You back your vans up to the fence and sit in the uh, tailgate party, July 4th Hawaiian cowboy um, celebration. So we drove up. Yeah, we drove up through the up to Parker Ranch, and then we turned at Waimea, or Kamuela, which is the main town there, and we're heading towards the northern tip of the Big Island of Hawaii. And so let's see what it says. We drove to the northern tip of the island. I think I wrote that down. I'm gonna have to do that all from memory. Mind you, I have the video up there. So, we then headed to into Kamehameha country. King Kamehameha was the greatest king of Hawaii, the warrior king. He was born up in the northern tip of Hawaii Island. So we headed up there into the little town of Hawi and Kapaau, and all the jungles around the Po'olu lookout. We're in Kapaau. It's an interesting story there. Is they have in Honolulu, in front of in front of the Royal Palace, Iolani Palace, they have a statue of Kamehameha that maybe you have seen pictures of in Kamehameha Day on June 11th. All the millions of flags around their neck. Well, in Kapaau, I don't even know how many people would live in this town. 10, I don't know. It's very, very small. There was this one building, and it had the Kamehameha statue in front of it, and it turns out it was the original Kamehameha statue. Apparently, it was commissioned to be made, I think, Florence, Italy, or something, and it was being brought back. And just off the Falkland Islands, or somewhere around there, there's a shipwreck. It was lost, and then. So of course another one was made, and it stands in front of the palace. And then in 1911, the early 20th century, they came across it off the Falkland Islands, the original statue, and it was cleaned up and brought, and now it sits in front of Kapaau, which is probably makes more sense considering this is the area that King Kamehameha was born in and raised in. So yeah, I've included the video down below of the whole day. You can watch it all. Everything I'm talking about is on the video, and you'll see the original Kamehameha statue. So I walked around. I did a bit of videoing, taping and stuff, and my husband was talking to an old World War II veteran, and it turns out that town sent an entire I don't know what they call it, the platoon group, whatever, of soldiers to fight in World War II of Japanese descent. But I guess they had to send. There was some reason behind sending them all together because in World War II the Japanese were the enemies, and they were fighting for Hawaii. They were fighting for their own country, which I don't even think Hawaii was part of it. It was a territory at that time. Yeah, so my husband went and talked to them, and I did the filming, and then we got back in the car. Then we did a little stop at Hawi. They had you could ride at Batmobile and little tiny town with the storefronts. It's actually the town during the Ironman and the bicycle portion that they turn around and head back to Kona in 1998, maybe 97, 98. We were there for that. Yeah, that's what I guess what it's most known for. And we continued driving to While we went and looked at the polo, then we continued driving we drove to the northern tip of the Big Island, to Mu'ukini, Heiau. This is one of the most rugged and isolated places on the island. There's pounding surf, wide wind-swept fields, and steep sea cliffs. We paused for a few moments to watch a pod of whales, humpback whales, that were berthing just off the coast. These humpback whales every winter travel all the way from Alaska 3,000 miles to get to berth in this little channel between the northern tip of the Big Island and Maui. And it was amazing. There was I don't even know, maybe a dozen. It was the most awesome thing to watch. It's something I'll never forget, and I'm glad that I've got it on tape, so I can watch it again, again and again. Um, until a decade ago, so we're talking 1980s, only the elite or royalty, 1980s, wow, came there to purify themselves and worship, sometimes offering human sacrifices. It is known as probably one of the main human sacrifice heiaus or temples on the island. I know Pu'u Kohala, which is just down the road. I think it was the main one, but yeah, it was used for human sacrifice. We visited Kamehameha's birthplace just up the road. The entire area had an overwhelming essence. It was very, very, very hot. And we visited a few more war temples around there as well. Um, Now, a little bit more about what happens at Heiau, because it's another one of these paranoid. Yeah, that's where they give birth. I love. Isla says, I heard that's where they give birth. Whales give birth. Yes, all the way down, and it's a small channel. It's not a big channel. Um, yeah, it's something I'll never forget. But and then for another reason, um, my husband, Bob, stop calling me my husband. I don't own him, but he was sort of exploring around and inside the temple, and I went to sit down. I had hurt my leg. What had happened? We'd been on a bus. It had been in Honolulu, and a fella had his fishing tackle kit in the hallway, and I couldn't see because it was late at night, and I bumped into it. It actually, I've still got a chunk out of the bone in my leg, and at this point, it had been a few days, so it was quite small, and the bone was fractured, but by this point, we're various shades of purple and green and whatever swelling and bruises take place, and there was a big scrape on there. So I sat down to watch the whales, and it was a square rock. It had 4 holes in each corner, which I found out later. This is where the elite or the royalty or the kahunas would sit, and the 4 holes actually would be like I guess a little canopy, a shade. I guess they would sit there because it was right at the wall. To see the whales, and perhaps that's where they would sit there to watch the whales or to look out to the ocean, or for whatever the elite and the kahunas did in those days. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching these whales, and I'm all alone, and just me and the wind and these whales. And all of a sudden I'm watching my leg, and this is about 20 minutes, over a period of about 20 minutes. I'm watching my leg, and I'm seeing the swelling is going down. The swelling is going down. The scab, basically, it falls off, and the color starts going back to normal on my leg. And I'm like, okay. This is day 2. You have to watch yesterday's video to find out what happened in day 1 with all the events. But this is day 2 of all these really magical, mystical things keep following me around. So finally, Bob comes in. I'm trying to tell him. I don't even have to tell him. He's looking at my leg and he's seeing, because he knew what a mess it was before that. And I really do believe that you could feel the essence of the place. It was very, very special. There's places on the Big Island of Hawaii, and I don't know if it's the sort of they have special, maybe a magnetic components or something, or the south end of the island, Kalapana. Yeah, I think it was a healing place. Isla says that must be a healing place. Definitely. Now I know why they would sit in the rock and with the the canopy and that. But I know at the south end of the island, Kalapana, where the lava is currently entering the ocean, is at the south end of the island. And I know that there's a lot of supernatural and really high energy things that happen there. Well, because that's where Madame Pele is living right now, and she rules. She's the volcano goddess. But also, I've heard that the north also does. There's apparently a lot of like what they would even at this time. I don't know how it is now, but back in the day, there was a lot of UFO sightings or just strange phenomena in the air. There were stories about underground caves and people living in those. And I mean, I got a lot of these stories. I worked at the in Hilo, Hawaii in 1998. I was working for About.com as a guide for science and nature for kids. My husband was the guide for the island of Hawaii, but we also worked at the local internet cafe. And the stories that would come in there. This is where I got all the stories. And the people that would come in there. These people were on a different bandwidth than everybody else. But it was normal. It was normal. You would hear these stories, and it was so accepted. You knew it was happening because things were happening. Things would happen to you in these places. I guess it's you sort of have to be there to experience it. But for instance, I met this man once. I don't remember what his name was. We had gone to a dinner party and had met him, and we met him downtown one day. And he took my hand, and basically told me everything was going to happen to me about the next year, but it's going to be okay. He says just from holding my hand. And there was a number of psychics that we knew, and people were really, Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian sort of way of healing. I'm hard to say how to explain it. Well, the way that I love it is, say you have a son or a daughter, and they're getting into trouble, and that this is not the son or daughter's problem. This is everybody's problem. Whatever the problem is, or say someone's having a hard time with their health. This is everybody that's involved. The entire family, the entire community comes together to heal. It's just I guess it's just different cultures and different ways of looking at things. But yeah, after the day of seeing the legendary black and white dogs. I don't know if I mentioned yesterday, when we did see them, what we saw, in the nighttime, you see animals, their eyes glow. That's why we knew they were animals, but they were big. They were big like my Labrador Retriever. They're not little like cats or mongoose. And even Labrador Retrievers in Hawaii are quite rare. We had a Labrador Retriever Rhodesian Ridgeback cross, and oh boy, everybody there's used to Chihuahuas. They were like, whoa, like they would get out of the way when we walked down the street because maybe he looked like the legendary black dog. I don't know, but when these things start happening to you, I mean, I can't explain it. What happened to my leg? You can still feel the bone, part of the bone that's chipped out of there. But I just never. Not only did I never question anything again, it became this is the place we need to be. And see, even now, I believe that's the place I'm meant to be. That we knew this is the place we need to be, and we need to get there. So this is in 1991. This is before I started working on the internet or anything. So it's I went back like maybe a dozen times before we moved over there in 1997. But we went over there to help start a telework center we actually was a government thing for the displaced sugar workers to retrain, because Hawaii is a really good place to be. You're in between Asia and the mainland. It's a good place to be able to be that intermediary of passing information. So that's why we went over there. And then I got offered this position from About.com, which of course was a mining company at the time, for science and nature for kids. And I actually started working. Then we went live. Well, I started working there in February, building the site and that. And we went live in April. And I was actually on an airplane moving to the Big Island as the mining company went live. And it was a great place to write about science and nature for kids because there was just so much science. We had the space observatories. We had the volcanoes. The oceanography. And at the university, like for instance, I met these. Well, working at the internet cafe, we meet a lot of people too. But I met these people who are the world experts in fruit flies, and they were there studying the Hawaiian fruit fly, I guess. But see, Hawaii being so far from everything, you would have species and that didn't, like birds and spiders and stuff that didn't exist anywhere else. So yeah, we met a lot of very interesting people, got involved in science, and of course, we worked together on the Big Island site. So um, we got to go to a lot of cultural events and explore that. Um, so yeah, we finally got there, and then we had to return due to ill health of my elderly mother. But we did get there in the end, and got to experience a lot more, meet with some great people, and I still believe it's the place I'm supposed to be. So hopefully, hopefully my times aren't finished there. There will be another trip. But yeah, 1991. It was when well, finding more things. That's when I was in my honeymoon. And where else would I go? That was the first time my husband was there, I guess. Um, I didn't have to convince him. I think the second or third day we were there, we met a fellow on the beach, and he talked us into it. He said we needed to be there. I don't know if it was, just serious. Maybe he told that to everybody, but yeah, we end up making it, and I guess that's about that. Is there anything else on my list here that I've done? Oh, well, the links are down below, and I've linked down below the video of that day. You can see the whales, and actually, as I'm sitting there filming, this is when the actual healing was taking place with my leg. So it was just, I'm just glad I've got it to remember. I want to find some more of my Hawaiian tapes, I guess, and edit them and explore some more memories, but it's all a matter of getting other things done first that I have to do, and I think sorting out these stores is going to be my main thing. I figure I could do one a day, but I think once I get into I got to do education, it's pretty big. Once I start getting into the apparel shops, and that it might take me a couple of days, but. I have to get organized. That's true in that. So I figure I'll start with the things I've been putting up the most that I least like, because it is a chore. It really is. It's not a fun job. I guess that's why I'm listening to Romanian dance music at 3:30 in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, all caught up in my soap operas, my EastEnders, going good. Emmerdale's picking up. It's getting a little bit better with the new storylines. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of lacking lately. And I have it my BritBox subscription on this. I was thinking, should I keep it or not? Because I've been watching the old Emmerdales as well, but it's starting to pick up, so I think I'll keep it going on. And yeah, my VPN, I got that new VPN from Pure VPN. I have had no problems at all. When I did have the other one, obviously there was a lot of drop-offs. Or stall, stall, the video would stall. But I'm finding this really, really good. I have no problems at all. So I mean, let's see. I was watching a Australian comedy series called Bump, but I think that was just because I was just passing time. I really like the David Attenborough, the Asia documentary. So I might check out those some more. When I don't know what to watch, I pop over to Channel 4 and I watch Gogglebox. And I go, oh, I need to see this. Gogglebox is a show about people watching TV shows, and it's quite humorous and amusing. But often they'll be watching a show. I'm like, oh, I need to watch that show. So maybe I'll watch Gogglebox and see what to watch next. I gotta figure out how to get Channel 5 in the UK. For some reason, before the IBC, I couldn't get through with the VPN. So hopefully I can with this new one. And also because I have a friend, Emmett J. Scanlon. Um, he's in a new series called The Teacher that I'd like to see. He's doing really good. He's in a few series now. I mean, when I first got to know him, he wasn't anything. He was like he had a silly tape of all the things that he had. You know, he was a wannabe actor. Now he's getting it happening. He's in oh, I can't even remember what it's called. Ken, which is a story about a show about a Irish mob family, and The Tower, which is I think a police show, which is on BBC. I should watch that one, and this new one, The Teacher. But he's talking about a new movie coming out that he's in the fall, in the spring. An action movie, looks pretty good. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to go back and check Instagram. But yeah, I haven't been keeping up with any of my social media. I've just been trying to get this. Well, first of all, I'm trying to get well. You know, that's going good. Oh, nice and bright and sunny outside again today, but I won't be heading out today. But at least I know I can. I went out the other day. It was the first time in 3 months. I mean, I was happy to breathe the fresh air. Yeah, so I got my health back. So now, what's next? Getting my website all fixed up and got like the library, got these books on. Hopefully learn how to be well, a better YouTube content creator. Got this one here. I have not looked at them yet, have not had the time, and of course this one here, which I think is going to have a lot to do with just common sense and SEO and stuff. But yeah, I guess finding out what people want, and I still would like to create a place for neurodivergent people, and what do they call them? Autistic people are the ones that are not neurodivergent. For everyone, a safe place for everybody just to come and hang out and talk about the things that they like. I have myself neurodivergent, and I have a lot of special interests, include um, putting information together about places and things and holidays, which I've made into a website because being a neurodivergent, I don't like the bells and whistles and the pop-ups and the pop-unders and the ad servers and all this stuff. They drive me crazy. So what I do, I drive myself crazy and I go find all those sites so I can not put them in a website so other people can enjoy the internet without having to go through all that mess. And also, it makes it easy for me to find what I need to know. And on my website, gocybernaut.com, which can probably be linked in through one of the Winnie the Pooh story and that. If you go to the main page, you'll find at the top to sitemap, and it'll list everything in order, so you don't have to go through even finding what you need to find. So yeah, I still want to make it a place where people can come and just talk about what they want to talk about or what's going on. Let's see, the bloggers I follow. Let's see, Tanya, she's doing good. Apparently, she's put in for an audition for Dexter and the new Steven Spielberg movie. I really hope she does well. She's got so much talent. She's talent and beauty and smarts, the whole package. And also Elizabeth Veronica. Oh my gosh, she's been having. Oh boy. I should put a link down below to her site, her page as well. Her 10-year-old daughter has been being bullied for a while. This has been going on for a while. So she spoke to the child the other day. The daughter's 10. I guess the bully is 10 too. Same classroom, and to stop bullying her child. So she lives in Erie, Pennsylvania, and she was, she had dropped the kids off at school, and she'd stopped up here, up on the Lake Erie. Baby was sleeping in the car seat. Got out of the car. She sort of filmed, hey, look at the people skating on the ice, and nice thing. And all of a sudden, behind, she gets attacked. And you see this, the phone goes down on the ground. You can hear her screaming for help. And it was an aunt of this child. You wonder how kids get to be bullies, It was an aunt of this child who came and beat her up. There was two of them. I mean, I've seen the videos on social media now. It's going. She's a pretty popular blogger. She does have 150,000 subscribers, but she just screaming. And the thing is, she said, because it's in a parking lot. It's in a parking lot. She's screaming for help. Nobody's helping her. The only person that finally came was the park ranger. So I hope they find these people. I mean, I would be terrified. Did he go out again? I hope she's got pepper spray. I don't know if it's illegal in Pennsylvania or not, but this is a mother of 5 children. Well, the oldest son lives with his father. He comes in the weekend, but she has a 10-year-old girl. She has a 1-year-old girl, and she has twins, boy and a girl, that are 9. The boy has autism. He has needs. Obviously, he has some behavior needs and that. So she works hard. All her blogs ever about it is her working hard for her kids. And this bully thing. I mean, the bully thing was gotten so bad that a viewer actually sent a couple of T-shirts for her daughter. Remember, Mariah, said, "Be kind, don't be a bully," type thing. The weird thing is and also for Liz, and she was actually wearing one of these T-shirts when she got attacked. But you can see how kids become bullies. If this is what they get at home, if this is the role models they have. But definitely, it was assault. It was, everything's on tape. It was terroristic bullying. It was terroristic threatening. So I really hope that I hope they find these people. I hope they get prosecuted. Most of all, I hope they leave Liz alone. But most of all, I hope there's no repercussions for her daughter, that she doesn't take the bullying any further, or she has to feel unsafe. What kind of world are we living in where children can't even go to school? It's horrible. And the people that we expect to give them the right instructions to life just lead by setting a bad example. Oh, but I'll actually, I should put a link. I'll put a link right here to it so I remember to put into that, because I think that is something that should be people should know about. It should be shared. Let's get these people and let them stop being stop showing they're terrorizing other people. Let's see. Oh boy, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, it's just it's too bad. And the thing is Liz is a person that hold on, that actually inspired me to start going live, because she's a real person. She's a real person. You're seeing real things. God, the way, with a child with autism, and I don't think she's really, like, not that she's taken a university course or anything. She is so good with him. She knows. She really is. I wish I tell you, there's many times I wish I was 60 years younger, that she was my mom. Honestly, she really knows how to be a parent. And yeah, I think she's got good evidence. I mean, she was vlogging at the time, so it was all caught on. Even though they did knock the phone out of her hand, it was in the snow. You could hear everything's going on, and it was terrifying. But I put the link down below, and there is a trigger warning with it. And it's a good look. Take a look at her day and what a great mom she is. It's just just put the day of my life every couple of days. At night, sometimes she'll come on with the kids in bed and she'll do a live. But she's the one that has inspired me. It's okay. Be yourself. Don't she had been she'd been in a couple of kind of abusive marriages, but abusive where they were sort of narcissistic head games type marriages and that. So she's got the point. She's figured things out. She's, I'm not going through this anymore, and I'm not being quiet about it. And yeah, it's inspired me to think, you don't have to be a 23-year-old aspiring model with enough, spend enough, probably spend enough as much on makeup as I do on rent to be a YouTube person. You can be a real person. Yeah, check her out. She's a sweetheart, and I like her the way the way she is with her children. She's up against everything. Her only income is YouTube, and she works hard at it. But people, well, where'd you get a job? Where do you get a job? You try to have 4 children at home, one which is autistic and one which is a baby. Yeah, you try doing that. That's a job. But for her to get tacked, I hope that's the end of it for her. I mean, I would be totally traumatized. I wouldn't be going out again. I got pepper sprayed once in my hallway of my building. I used to have. I mean, I was scared. I'm scared to leave after that. We used to have like a few years ago, 5 years ago or so. The building I lived in was run by people who really didn't care. Um, Once these new people came in that bought it, or whoever has it now, a lot has changed, so we don't have the same situation. And this also was during COVID, so this person we had a drug dealer across the hall, and because of COVID and that, she could not be evicted. But it even took a while, but she finally was. But I'm day and night, day and night, day and night. We had people that were ODing right outside my door. They would OD in her apartment. She'd push them, and they were right across the hall. Push them out the hall, and pretend she didn't know them. But one day, I don't know what happened. If someone tried to rip her off or something, they took off. I could hear this commotion in the hall, and I opened the door just in time to get pepper sprayed. And yeah, so that alone, I was traumatized. I was worried. Even now I get worried. What's around me. I just hope it doesn't change here, because she's really getting herself together after going through a lot of head games and a lot of garbage. She's a really good person, and like I say, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here doing this right now. She's the one that gave me the inspiration. So yeah. So that was basically. I watched that. What else did I do? I didn't write things down. I would never know where I was. Oh, my Emmerdales. Went to sleep quite early. I went to sleep at 6 or 7 at night, but I'm liking waking up at 3 o'clock. It seems to be my time. Yeah, my pain's a lot better. My doctor sort of upped my one medication by one pill at night, and it seems to have made the difference to all my nerve pain. It's a lot better. Yeah, so I'll be getting up at 3, doing all my work. Like I just finished at noon. Mind you, I did do tomorrow's organization job, which was the computer and electronics store. Only because tomorrow I want to rest because I have to play 16 games of GeoGuessr. I had to play 16 games of GeoGuessr between now and 4 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm trying to put a day aside just for that. So I've done tomorrow's organization already. So I did that. That took a long time. And putting this together didn't take too long. But and checking things, I've been checking work I've done. I checked all my Romania Day or something that's coming up, so I checked all the Romanian things, and I think I made up to Pie Day. I checked my pies. I had to make sure all the links are okay and everything, so everybody has a good experience, and nobody's going to change something to a unacceptable site, which happened to me a lot, Kid Science. And since I was writing Science Nature for Kids, it was a big deal because there were kids coming to my site, and people would do a quick change on a website. Oh boy, you sure heard about it quickly. Talk about damage control. But yeah, it was difficult running a kid site. Totally different thing. That's when Kapaau, the Children's Online Protection Act, came into be. I was before that, but we were making sure that we were going by those rules before they were even made, especially since we had social. We had like chat, so there was no, what they called that, was it triangulation? You could not talk about your name, where you lived, your school. I think that was the 3. they weren't interested in talking about that stuff anyways, but you can see, you can see how you got to worry about adults posing as kids and that. And we did have some, questionable characters come in. Isla says, I'm planning to do more on my YouTube channel, working on a way to show my angel better without having to sit in front of it. I'm going to try different things out other YouTubers told me. Good idea. I'm doing sort of the same thing, sort of trying to find my way. Ever since I did that, I'm probably going to do things. This seems to be okay now that I can sit. I thought for sure I would have to use the other computer, which is up higher. And I was trying to figure out how I could, make it so it wasn't like, hi, everybody, because that's what it would be like. Yeah, but this, I've just got a little, my little invalid table, or what is it called? I guess a little lap desk. I don't know. Little table there. And so, yeah, this is comfortable. But, yeah, I'm still trying different things out in that too. And of course, I'm going to look at these books that I have. Hopefully, I'll learn something new. I finished that course. I didn't learn anything new though. Maybe I've learned everything I can learn about what I want about this. I don't know. I did learn how to create good games and stories and that for games and podcasts, but most of it in the fictional thing. There wasn't really anything, to go with like a sort of real life what's going on. But yeah, I'm going to be trying new things out in that too. Um, as far as I'm still trying to find my groove. Maybe it's a New Year thing. I'm my times are I seem to got set like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It's definitely when I like to wake up, and I watch my YouTubers and get caught in that. I'm trying to find my groove in time. I still have to, I check content, I create content, check content, create content. That's what I do. I create it and I check it, and yeah, that's about it. It's still a big job. I've got 630 pages of content. So what I try to do is, since it's done in holidays, so it's by the calendar, I try as far as when checking, I try to check all the resources, stories I have 2 weeks in advance. And as far as creating, I stopped creating because I got ill. But I'm about 3 months ahead. I'm going to be about 3 months ahead. I'll be about March. Right now, I think my next thing on deck was the spring solstice. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because I think I tried before and there wasn't very many resources. So we'll see. But I was in mid March, anyways. So Isla says I might be able to use a webcam as a guest on my channel with F Mux, which I'm still learning. Oh. Hope I have myself because of my I don't know, it's my dyspraxia, my neurodiverse way of thinking things. I have a hard time learning things. I mean anything with directions. I basically give it to me and I'll play with it and I learn it that way. I just have a really hard time. Maybe that's why I had a hard time. I had a hard time in traditional school, but they recognized even in 1970 69, 68, that I was thinking differently and did create a specialized program where they just gave me what I had to create in a year and let me go at it. Which, of course, I finished 3 months before the rest of the class. But at least they did recognize, well, that teacher recognized that, people do think differently. So, yeah, but I've always had a problem with learning. That's the problem I have with the learning is the directions they just don't make any sense to me. Does that makes any sense? StreamYard. So it's not made. Oh, okay, but cheaper. See, I'm basically on the budget of no budget. I'm on the no budget. Maybe if I fix my stores up, someone will need to come shop. I mean, I offer pretty well everything, and they're pretty good stores. I'm telling you, some of them have got some things that I would love. There's a headphone company that I was in earlier, Master, and I can't remember what it was, but they've got headphones to die for. But right now, yeah, I'm on the no budget. But I don't even know where I'm going to go with this. I just figure, well, I might as well come and talk about what I'm writing about. I mean, that's what I do. And of course, the honeymoon has been a little bit interesting. I have a lot of talk stories. I just have to remember them when they come up. I guess that's why holidays are good because you can, most of your memories come around holidays. Well, I think I'm going to pop off now. I'm going to go off. And I don't know, is Cooper's still going? Is it 2 o'clock yet? Oh, still got a half an hour at Cooper's. I don't know if you saw them this morning. Oh, it has a pre-plan. Ah. Even the YouTube tutorials. If I knew how, I mean, one thing, for instance, that whole thing about the TV having no picture but sound. I tried. Apparently, there's a reset button somewhere. You stick a pin in it. I tried that, and I just can't get it. And we have a nice 65-inch TV in the living room there, which my husband could use for his hockey games and stuff. Um, I know it's fixable because I have watched the YouTube tutorials, and they fixed theirs, so I know it's fixable. But and he's the same way. I tell him, he says, when we're gonna get this TV fixed? And I'm like, well, you go take a look. He's the same way. This is not making sense to me. But yeah, I'm always been to sort of figure it out for myself. I don't know if I see. I've always had the thing, and this is, I guess, with the autism is being told you're doing something wrong, even though even if you come and you succeed in the end of what you wanted. If it's not done, it's like long math. It's not done that way. Doesn't matter if you got the right answer if you can't show how you got there. Well, I have a hard time getting there. I can get there, but I have a time with long math. The long math way. I have a hard time getting there. Well, anyway, just check out that Evmux. Is that just sort of like bringing other people on? Like if I wanted to do, say, I wanted to do an interview with the former Big Island guide of Hawaii. I could. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. He's in the next room. Why would I need to, split the screen? But yeah, it would be interesting. Another ability. So much to learn. I never thought I would do the YouTube thing. I wanted to do it back in 1998, but of course, there was no YouTube. But I did want to do video. But it was just was not the time yet. It just wasn't in the bandwidths and everything else that so a lot of people are still on dial up. But I never thought I would go there after. First of all, I thought, um, well, for a while there, I was pretty what's it called? Not shy, but antisocial. I'm not really antisocial either, but maybe I didn't have the confidence. I don't know. And then there was a while there around 2010 that I got involved with people did SantaCon and Bunarchy and um, artists and people just had a good time in Vancouver. And well, they were a lot younger than us, but we all got around. We go to like we were into dance music, and I would DJ, and anyway, we were wanting to bring me down to a Burning Man to be their DJ. This one group, but at that time, I had all the confidence in the world. I was having a great time. It was so much fun. I loved dressing up in costumes and going doing silly things and just it doesn't matter. This is me. I found my people. I didn't realize we probably all neurodivergent, but we had a great time. Oh, Isla says, I appreciate your encouragement and support you give me. Well, I appreciate yours too, Isla. We're learning together here. We're learning here. We were not hurt. We were not 25 with our makeup deal and our 22 million followers and stuff. I don't think I'll ever be that, but I was, and I can say this truthfully. I was the original influencer back in the day. Do you have my coffee? But yeah, I'm just not gonna find my way. I guess I've been trying different times. I kind of think maybe try something in the evening, maybe I don't know. But I would like to reach to find that tribe. Like I found my tribe in 2010. Um, that was fun. That was great. You know, I didn't really care about all the everything that's going around in the world. Like it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day, isn't it? Where everything switches down south, and it's a little bit scary. Ida says we should have a convention for adults with autism. Yes, like the little people America do every year. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, just the thing is, when we were growing up, autism, neurodiversity, being different, it was never, you know, nothing was ever said in a positive manner. Like, you're too sensitive. I can't even tell you how many times I've been told that, but there was always a negative thing. Whereas being sensitive, in my mind, that's a positive thing. That means you have the ability to care about things and people, and but you get that message. Well, that's the wrong thing, and then the whole thing with the long math again. Well, you're thinking about these things wrong, and I could never understand. Well, if I'm getting the right answer in half the amount of time or less, how am I doing it wrong? And they would never, well, no, you don't get it. Well, why should I get it if I'm saving time, right? But yeah, the thing is about adults, there's a lot of us that did mask it or did hide it. Um, Ida says, yeah, a lot of negativity. My sensitivity saved my life many times. And I'm sure I can say the same thing for sure. But now it's almost like, okay, guys, you got the freedom now to be yourself. We're going to accept you now and treat you properly. We're going to treat you like regular people with regular ideas and in your own way of thinking. It's only, and I mean, and that's not everybody. There's still a lot of people that just have got a lot to learn about people with, think have different ways of thinking, and that's all really all I think it is a different way of thinking about things. And my brain works this way. Somebody else's brain works that way. Our brains don't. Nobody's brains work the same, and it just. It's so disheartening to see people labeled as wrong just because they think about things different ways. I mean, it just doesn't stop at just autism or neurodiversity or any of that. Um, just culture and the way you're brought up, and all these things come into play that nobody thinks the same way. You know, it's, it's just nuts. But that's why there's so many. I think so many adults that are afraid to say. Even now, I worry about who do you say, who do you come out to? It's like that. How are you going to be judged? Um, and education. That's what we need. I have been looking at the press releases. 4 press releases about it. There's nothing. There will be. Some companies get it together that you'll get a story now and then, but it's not a great, it's not a great news crash or breaking story of the day type thing. What we need is more. Well, maybe we do have more celebrities to come out and express, hey, this is what I am. This is how we think. We're regular people. Because I can, that's what you need. I remember I had Crohn's disease. I had Crohn's disease. I was all my life, really. So I was very small. And that's another thing that often goes hand in hand with autism is Crohn's disease. But I can remember I was diagnosed formally in 1984. But it wasn't until a hockey player, first was a hockey player that was an actor, came out and with they had Crohn's disease. So all of a sudden, this is the thing. This is people knew. Oh, poor you. You got something that's wrong with you, whatever. So yeah. Again, if we have celebrities come out, I hope they don't say, "Oh, okay, you have something wrong with you." No, I don't. This is me. This is normal. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with the way you may be thinking about me. And you may think I think wrongly, but it's just a matter of opinion. Isla says, focus on the child's gifts and what they can achieve, not what the child is unable to do. I know a kid with autism, and he's a great at fixing cars, and he's learning to repair cars from a mechanic. Of course, and that's the thing is, autism, autism really is a superpower because a lot of I mean, it's like anything, ways of thinking in that. There's different degrees in that, but there is a superpower because a lot of people, I'm just going to talk for myself. I can't talk for everybody else. When you have a special interest, you really have that special interest and you put everything into that. Um, it is. I consider it a superpower. And and he probably has has that special gift as way engines work or how things fit together. And it you know, um there's nothing wrong with having a passion or if you're like a neurotypical, yeah, you got a hobby or you guys collecting. But when you have autism, it's like, oh, you have these special interests. Do you? It's the same thing. So what if I like to put lists together and I put together a website of 630 pages of lists of holidays and celebrations? Like, I get joy and enjoyment of that, and I get even more from sharing it. It's not a disability, Isla says, the mechanic is going to pay for his mechanic training when he's ready. Very good, and it is good to support people and what they're best at. And I mean, if you look up some of the people that had autism, that have gone to do great things, and that it's a long list. But I don't know. I think people are more afraid of what they don't understand. And why they don't, I don't know why they wouldn't understand. I always say we're getting into that whole, was it the double empathy thing where autistic people can talk to autistic people? But I don't know. I don't know. It is a thing. I think I do communicate better because I think when I talk to other people, um, they're neurodiverse. They more understand. I'm like a butterfly. My brain, and I can see where it'd be hard for a lot of people to want to follow what I'm talking about and what I'm saying. 'Cause I'm here and there and everywhere, and in the middle of a sentence, I forgot that. So let's talk about this instead. But hey, that's just the way my brain works. I mean, my brain. I'm sure there's a lot of people neurodiverse and non-neurodiverse. Their brain is. But no, I consider my special interests and talents that's a superpower. And if I can create content for one person, that one person happens to live in Timbuktu, and they found my resource. I don't know if I have a resource in Timbuktu. I probably do. But if they find my resource and it's what they're looking for and makes them feel good, I'm happy. If somebody who loves Winnie the Pooh today finds this page and realizes this is the day I can celebrate something I love, it's great. You don't have to have autism to have a special interest in Winnie the Pooh or cartoon characters. Anybody can do that. Or from Michigan. Now, I've never been to Michigan. Doesn't mean I don't want to supply information or learn about it um, and share that. But special interest, I don't know. Ida says, my grandson has a friend who's autistic, and my grandson is a roofer with his dad, and they are training his friend to be a roofer too. Well, that's good. See, that's another thing. I did notice in some of the press releases is some of these working organizations. I can't remember which one it was. It was a bank in United States. I can't remember which one it was. Wells Fargo, maybe, where they're actually doing they're doing training, employee training with, I guess, with the managers and that, so they can better understand and train and hire um, uh, autistic workers. And it's all about the education. That's the thing is, really the people who people who are confused or just really don't know about autism or neurodiversity and that they just need to learn. Um, people get, people will hear a wrong idea or get a thought in their mind. But yeah, it just getting the word out there and education about all the positives that the autistic community has brought to the world. Um, right now, I posted a few weeks ago, or maybe last week, a link to a group in England that they were looking about in the future. This is in 2030. As autistic people, this is what we want. And one of the things is for employers to have a better understanding to hire more autistic, people as employees. And that's one thing is we're very meticulous and we work very very hard. That with me maybe that's a bit of the problem is I will. My idea is I got to work till I got to do something till it's done, and sometimes that's a little bit much. That's why I exhaust myself. Yeah, the RCMP and the paramedics really do need education. I yeah. If I'm having a problem, I will tell. Like if I had a paramedic and I was having a problem because I do have the sensitivity to touch and stuff, I do tell them right away, and they've been pretty good. Never deal with the RCMP though. I went to, uh, I had this cough for about it was from before COVID. The year before, I'm sure I got COVID before COVID. The year before, because I got this really bad cough. I was so sick. This cough lasted until last year, about a year ago. So, maybe a little bit later, I went to see a specialist. It took me a year to see the specialist, and told me actually it was acid reflux. I don't think it was acid reflux. It's since gone, but I had this cough for what 5 years, and we're talking all night long, all day long. I wouldn't go anywhere because I was coughing so much. I was afraid of, especially after COVID. And you can't, never mind during. You can't go anywhere if you got a super cough. This is coughing all the time. I swear I had this is what it was. But I went to this specialist April 4th last year, and she stuck this thing up my nose, and oh my god, I'm like, I have autism. Stop. I guess it should have been on my chart. Oh my god, that was the worst thing ever. But you see, I can't do those things. I can't do. I just cannot do them. Oh, but yeah, but on one side, I told her I think and she's very young doctor. But I think people are getting, they are getting learning a bit more, but there's still a long, long way to go. Yeah, we do hyper focus on our. I listen. We hyper focus on our tasks. We do. We do very well. Let's say it is a superpower, but it's not. You think it's freaking easy? Whew, not easy. Your brain is in so many places sometimes, thinking about so many the things that have to be done in that. But and then be told it's wrong. I'm thinking, well, what's right? But yeah, I think there's getting back to the older people. I think in our days, I know it was okay. This is disability. We want to talk about it, or even we're going to pretend it doesn't exist, or just don't tell anybody because you're going to be at a disadvantage. And um, this is the way we were brought up in the 60s and 70s. It's hard at this age to say, oh, by the way, this explains the way I've been for the last 60 years. And then there's people that are just getting diagnosed, they're in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, just getting diagnosed now and just realizing, well, this is why things have been so hard, difficult, and different for me, and having to come with the terms of, well, what is this? Because you've been taught this is a negative thing, or this is a learning disability, or whatever. Isla says, absolutely true, Gail. I have COPD and have sudden coughing spells, and people freak out. So I just hope I don't have a coughing spell. I know I would be standing in a line in grocery, and I could feel just a little tickle, and I knew the tickle was coming because I was afraid it was going to come. And I'm there, and I'm trying to stifle. And I'm getting to the point where, okay, now I'm starting to get anxiety, and I start thinking, am I going to faint? Am I going to faint from this anxiety? Uh, That's just going to the grocery store and having to stand in line. I do carry some Ricola with me, and I'll put a Ricola before I go in anywhere or before I go on the bus. It's better now, knock on wood. I don't know when it got better. I think it went better after I went and saw the specialist who didn't do anything for me. It just went away on its own. I don't know. But I would be terrified that I would start coughing. Well, I almost having had panic attacks. It's the point where I was afraid to go out, you know. I was in my 30s when I was diagnosed with autism. Yeah. See, I was 12, but it was ignored. It was like this, just push it away, right? I was put in acting school. Put in acting school so you can learn how to act like a normal person. I learned how to act about, but I learned how to pick up and act with how people around me were acting. And that's a big job because you're constantly having to watch and also you have to think in back mind is people are going to realize that I'm not this person here. I mean, it was I almost to me it almost felt like my life is a movie or a series of movies, and this is my this stage and this is my that stage, and I would put on the hat and go to work with that stage or whatever it was, but I always have that thing in the back head that people are going to figure this out, you know? People are going to figure out this isn't really me. And never knowing who you really are either. That's the other thing. It's only been, I think, like I was saying, in 2010 when I met my tribe, my tribe, at Bunarchy. Was it Bunarchy or SantaCon? I think Bunarchy was before SantaCon. I can't remember. One or the other. Met my people, and then I felt free to be myself, and I enjoyed it, and people liked me. It was good. But that was like really the first time that I had to sort of let the let the curtain down. It could be also that was my youngest child had grown up and gone and left home and that by then, and maybe I felt okay. I don't have the responsibility of being a parent, adult a parent. No, my children are all are grown. But he was pretty well. My husband and I are both pretty eccentric. I don't think he has autism, but I think he has ADHD or something. But I think mostly he's just got being brought up in a very dysfunctional family ism. But yeah, once I found that, I feel it was okay to be yourself and put on the costume. Maybe it was putting on the costumes. I was more comfortable in the other skin, but yeah, even though it's just been the last year that I've actually started talking about it. It's I did go into therapy after losing my dog, and and the reason he caught on to it was actually by the website, the way I was creating this website. And he said, have you ever explored this policy? I said, oh yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 12 years old. I just it's something we talk about, right? And then he made me feel comfortable about this. This is a good thing. Look what you're doing. Keep doing it. It was the first time somebody said, "Oh, your special interest is great. Keep doing that. You're doing a good thing. You might have a future in this." Isla says, "I'm finally getting comfortable sharing with people about my autism and my other disabilities, except on live stream. It's funny. Yeah, I don't know what. I think when I decided to do live stream, it was because watching people like Elizabeth, who's like, oh, please check her out. You'll like her. Especially that episode. Her children are oh, just so adorable. Her little girl, her little baby, my day lightens up every time that child smiles, I swear. But yeah, it was when I decided to do live stream, it's because I've been watching people who are real people, and they were, come on, no makeup, look at me, you know, no fancy clothes. They were being themselves. They were being them. They're being 100% authentic. I thought, if I'm going to do this, that's me. It's part of me. So I don't know what parts of me are going to come out, but it's my basic my basic soul is is autistic. Is neurodiverse. It's who I am. And I don't know, the more I learn about, the more I talk about, and the more I explore, there are some websites, the Creative Autistic I watch this in England, and a few sites. The more I see, the people, sure, people in our tribe, um, I'm understanding that hey, this is more acceptable. This is this is not a bad thing, and started realizing that it's just not a bad thing. It's like we'll be getting a bad story, bad rap, because people don't understand, and people are afraid of what they don't understand. And maybe it's one of these, by the grace of God goes me or whatever. I don't know why, but it's because people don't understand. It's funny, talking when I talk to my children about it, the ones that I have mentioned to, it's just like, oh, well, yeah, of course you are. You know what I mean? We know that. Explains a lot, but I don't know why it'd be such a big deal. I think it's as soon as people started pairing it with learning disabilities, and so we learn differently. Come on, really, you know, that's not a learning disability because you think differently. We all thought the same. We'd be in a lot of trouble. Oh, Isla says, I have fun doing the live stream, especially the one you were on in Christmas, me and Isabel. Yeah, that was something, honestly. The more I think about it, it's crazy. I didn't think I was going to get involved like that. I thought I'm just here to, I'm just here. I'm just here. Oh, me here in my apartment building. I didn't know that Arthur's lady friend was going to go visit her daughter. He was lonely. But I mean, no, I don't know if you know it. It wasn't unusual for me. I mean, like, I was talking like this, standing right in front of me. I knew what he wanted to know, what he needed to know. It's just not surprising. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're the medium. You understand these things, but is this something that happens? Is I don't know. I mean, was it unusual? Was that unusual? Because it seemed pretty natural to me. It just as watching the whales give birth, and my leg healing, and other experiences I've had. Sooner or later, the Madame Paley story will come all the time. Okay, yeah, because it didn't seem unusual. Like I'm not these seances and stuff like that. I always thought, oh, this is a scary thing. You're going by what you're, again, it's education, I guess, eh? Like, you don't know what you're scared, what you don't know you're scared of. But it just felt very, very natural. Like, afterwards, I kind of wondered, I didn't want to hang it around or anything, kind of want my privacy, right? But, I don't know. I kind of felt him there. Put the Christmas tree away if that was if that's what was bringing him here. But she came home, so I don't really feel his presence anymore. But I did after that. I felt a few times. I thought, oh boy, man, I want my privacy, please. you know. But yeah, it was interesting. But like I don't like from Hawaii and that I don't question anything as much. Because when you've experienced things, um, you just don't. It's happened to you, even if you can't explain it. On the Big Island, it was all the time. Like I was saying, when I worked in the internet cafe, the people that came in this, I've got a million stories from that place. I tell you, a little tiny internet cafe, and at that time, see, in the Big Island of Hawaii, it was still very rural there, and people were either on party lines or they just, well, they didn't have the internet. So they would come to the internet cafe, and also a boat day on Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays. The boats would come in, and you didn't have the internet on the boats. I guess it's the smaller cruise ships. They would come in and do their emails and stuff. So, but it was mostly a lot of the local people that you get the stories from. One thing I did was taught people how to use it, because people didn't know. So they would come in and I want to learn how to. Like for instance, there was a fellow that came in and he had lived. He was a Vietnam vet. Okay, I just says, no, I've had some scary things happen. Most of the time it's a positive, like my friend Carol's haunted house. I still have to finish editing that video. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering. I guess it all, there's something else I want to talk to you about. First, I'm going to finish this story about just this one story about the internet cafe. This fellow came in. He had been a Vietnam vet, and he had a teenage daughter. They lived out in Puna in the jungle. He never comes into town, and he raised fighting roosters. This is what he did. This is his job. So he came in because he wanted to learn, because he knew his daughter would be going to high school soon. She would have to use the internet. So that was pretty interesting. The guy had not been out of the jungle in years, I swear. Um, Anyways, that was just one of the people. But what I was going to tell you, I watched a podcast this morning, and let me put a link into it because I did link it up here. Because I was going to bring it up to you. Um, I don't even know why it came on the feed. It was just a true story about a man who had disappeared. I don't know if you know about it, near Cowichan, where they had, was it Yubo, where they had that music uh festival they have every year. They have a music festival there. He just disappeared. There's a video anyway. If you want to watch it, but you might find it interesting because it's a local story. I don't know if you heard about it. He had some mental problems. I guess it was depression. He was from the States. He married a Canadian woman. They came to Vancouver Island for this festival. She did face painting and stuff. She was going to have a booth there. This music festival, and one of his favorite singers, I can't remember who it was. Um, I think it was hip hop singer that was going to be appearing, but he seemed kind of out of it, and he was depressed because he couldn't go back in the States because his visa had expired, and that would cause problems. And he missed his son's graduation. His mother had died. He couldn't go down. So he'd been depressed. Yeah, but they're at the festival, and he went out for a walk, and they're staying in a cabin, and he disappeared. This was last, I guess, August or July, and I don't know if you've heard about it or not. I think maybe you'd find it interesting to listen to, because it is a local story, and I know you have done some local missing. Did I give that the right link? Let me see. Make sure it's the right link. Is this the right one? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's it. Um, I think that's it. I know there's been a lot of people. Yeah, the same. A lot of people have disappeared on Vancouver Island. I understand that. Yeah, it's a big island and it's forested. And, it was near Couch and Lake. This happened. There's lakes. A lot of places for a person to disappear. But he was on foot. They did find. I think maybe he had broken into some of the cottages there and stayed there. I think they found his shirt or something too, but he was on foot, and I don't know how far he could have gone. I don't know. I hadn't heard of it, so I don't know if they put it out to the news, if somebody picked him up hitchhiking and took him to the ferry or whatever, but just basically vanished. And he wasn't from here, so it's not like he knew where to wander into the woods or whatever. But somebody just on foot, yeah, you just can't see them vanishing into to whatever. And it's not like he was a local person. I know a lot of local women have been going missing in that. I think that's a totally different thing. He just vanished. Yeah, so I thought, when I was watching, I thought, geez, I got to save this for Isla because I know you do missing people here on the island, which is, I can see some. There's just some. It just seemed very, very strange. Not a word. But you think they would have found something. I mean, how far could somebody on foot go into the forest? I guess. I know we've been some of the road, the hiking, the logging roads, and that. When um, we've been driving down the odd one. You can't see 3 feet into the forest. But there's only so many places, and they did do thorough searches in the area. So yeah, they're still looking for his wife still and family. His parents, his father came up from Florida. He's from Florida, and his sister came up from Texas to help with the search of that. So the family's really hoping for some kind of and his wife, of course, some kind of answer. Because he hasn't tried to get a hold of anybody, so I don't think he's gone back anywhere. But yeah, I listened. That's what I listened to quite early this morning. I think that was the first thing that came up, popped up on my feed. No, I probably watched. I always watch Tanya first to see her day's going. But yeah, I thought you'd find that interesting. I think I ended up subscribing to that woman too. I'm looking for small subscribers to follow and try to help and promote. Haven't found anybody for today, unfortunately, because I've been busy building my shops. Well, I think I'm gonna pop off now. It's been almost 2 hours. Wow. Oh, I have a little tiny moth flying around in my room. My dog will go crazy over that. What's over tonight? I don't even know. I don't know if there's a hockey game. We're kind of down on the Canucks right now. Been letting us down. I don't know if they're playing. Probably end up checking out BBC or Channel 4 and see if there's anything I've been missing while my VPN has been down. I have a little moth. Oh, and I caught it. Holy cow. That was good. Killed it too. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Such is life and death. Yeah, you have a super night too, Alex to Miles. Miles has been a good boy. Oh, when I went to the library, because I hadn't been out much, he missed me so much. It was so cute. Came back, I'm sitting like this, and he comes and he puts his head on my shoulder, and he's looking up and with his big brown eyes saying, "Oh, don't leave me again." It's good to be missed. I thought he only missed his daddy. Guess he loves his mommy too. Well, you have a super night, and I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. I gotta build the education. Yeah, I'll come on for a bit. There's no celebrations tomorrow, but I'm sure I'll think of something because there'll be something in the Wicca book for it over there in my pile of stuff. So yeah, I'll try to pop on sometime tomorrow. I'll be working on my education store, so I'll probably need a break halfway through because it's a big one. So you take care, and we'll chat with you again soon. If not tomorrow, the next day.